Josh Hart over 14.5 rebounds and assists is available on virtually every DFS pick'em site, every sports book. It looks great. Let's dive into why right now. Bam, there it is on Prizepicks, and it's also right there in Underdog Fantasy. Again, it is available virtually every single platform. I'm talking Parlay Play, Sleeper, Chalkboard, and wherever you want to use it, by the way, go ahead and use promo code DONUTS. Get yourself hooked up. All right, so Josh Hart, why are we all over this pick today? Why am I betting on it? Let's bring it up here on Prizepicks. Everyone likes to look at the 5-game logs, but we're going to dive deeper into the numbers and the data. All right, so there was some concern what would happen, and I had it as well. What happens when Mitch Robinson returns to the lineup? Is that going to be affecting his rebound potential? What about OG Anunoby and him returning? Well, these guys have been back for several games now, and nothing has stopped this man from racking up rebounds and assists. And honestly, it has everything to do with him just playing 1 billion minutes per game. Now, he's had one game there on April 5th against Chicago where he ended up being ejected in the first quarter. Now, that was a huge whiff. However, every other game, essentially, he's been playing a ton of minutes. He's played 34 plus in 10 straight games, regardless of competitiveness. And you're seeing him and Jalen Brunson and some of these other guys just play an insane amount of minutes because the Knicks are pushing. They're pushing for the 3 seed. They have potential to even end up as the 2 seed, in which case they wouldn't have to face the Celtics until the Eastern Conference Finals should they make it. And if we just want to look at how's he done over the last 30 days, he has hit the over in all non-ejected games. Again, ejected in 12 of 14. Back-to-back game series at 18 and 20, with essentially the entire Knicks squad being active without Julius Randle, of course, and he has just been absolutely dominating. If it ain't a bunch of rebounds in the game, he's getting a ton of assists. The potential assists have been sky high. The rebounds have gone down a little bit. Absolutely. There's no doubt about that. They have been down with Mitch Robinson and Anunoby in the lineup, but the assists have gone up, including the fact that he's had 17, 9, 12, 13, and 8 potential assists in the last 5 full games. Again, removing the ejection, when he has been playing all these minutes with these guys all back in the rotation. His potential assists have gone way up. In fact, he's averaged over the last 10 games, he's averaged 10.8 assists. And if we're looking at a shorter sample size, and again, we're looking at like just the games where he's not been ejected, I got to move that out of there. He's averaged 12 potential assists per game. His assist prop today sits at 5.5. His rebound prop sits at 9.5. He had 13 boards last game in a tough game against Chicago. There's very good rebounding wings and guards. I like Josh Hart here to play an exorbitant amount of minutes to get the over on either rebounds or assist in a big way, which hammers the over 14.5. I'm just taking this line. I faded it for 2 games there. I was a little concerned after we had played it virtually every single game for like 7 or 8 straight and keep cashing out. Let's get back to it today. I like the over 14.5. And my friends, today, you got to be a little careful. I don't think it's a great slate to bet on for NBA. 5 games, 3 of them legitimately have like no implications for, either one or both teams in the game. So I think we have massive blowout potential. As you've been seeing over the last several days here, just the end of the season, nobody's going to risk their future assets. Nobody's going to risk future money. These unrestricted free agents, some of these guys will pour it on, and then anybody else who is kind of set in stone, like they just ain't getting hurt, okay? So I'm taking the over on Josh Hart, and there's only one other play that I really, really like, and I freaking love it, and it was in the Pelicans game versus the Kings tonight. Massive home road splits, but that one's staying inside premium. 16-1. That's the run that Fire is on. My friends, everybody's been signing up to join and play his fliff and Hard Rock parlays. People have been using his plays in the middle of the day as he's been posting soccer plays and no runs first inning, putting together nerfy parlays for MLB. My guy's just on fire. So grab that link down below. It's $14.99. Join up, and I'll see you inside Discord. Let's look at the popular tabs. As I told you, that's what we're going to start doing here, just to see if we can find any angles, things to talk about, things that we can take care of and bet on today. So we'll look at MLB, we'll look at NBA, but I need you to do me a huge favor, and it barely happened yesterday. You got to like the video. Listen, if I'm taking the time to make these videos, run them up, like it, and subscribe, okay? I've been known to go hardcore on YouTube, 5,000-6,000 views. And then, as soon as things plummet, I just turn everything, all my focus towards VIP only. And I bounce off of YouTube. So don't let that happen. You got to keep me here. Free content. Well, I need free support. All right. So support the videos, and I'll keep producing free content and giving you guys W's off the rip. All right. So there's a few plays that I find interesting today. And again, the popular tab, be careful. Listen, we got like a 14.5-point spread here. Nobody cares either team here. DeAndre Ayton just going bonkers lately. But again, I mean, we got, I think, 2 games left for the Warriors. I believe there's only 2 for Portland as well. Just what are these guys going to do? What are you going to get out of these guys? Golden State essentially locked into the 9th seed as well. So I don't know. I just feel funky about betting on teams like that. But if you want to play one, it's hard to ignore DeAndre Ayton, but I'm a little concerned about everybody in this game. Kealan Ellis at 9.5 points here with the Goblin is an interesting play. I don't entirely know why it's so freaking popular right now. It just does not have the shooting volume. Joe Val, I do like tonight against Sabonis, but I don't really want the rebounds included. Honestly, just give me the over 9.5 points today. Said tremendous success against Sabonis in the scoring category. And if I hadn't gone with my other Pelicans and Kings play, I would have gone with Joe Val's points. But I did see Hulk Betts talk about that one. Jalen Brunson, 28.5, I think is an electric play here. There's a lot to like. And again, I'm just not going to have multiple bets from the same team. But if you're going to play something, you're not playing Josh Hart. Jalen Brunson at 28.5 points here on Prizepicks is a phenomenal play. I actually am entirely shocked to get him at this line. I'm starting to see a lot of books are juicing this line up at 29.5. FanDuel moved it to 30.5. Underdogs got it at 29.5. So I think this is your last shot to get Jalen Brunson over 28.5 points. So get it now before it moves, because I think it's going to be moving here probably within an hour or so of my video going live. Scoot Henderson's getting the minutes. The production's been tough to follow. Cade Cunningham, listen, I love Cade Cunningham's over 11.5 rebounds, assists. I think that's what it was this morning when I saw it. But it's, listen, Detroit dead last in the NBA, 13 and whatever they are, 65 or 67. The Bulls, I think, are like 13.5 point favorites. Who knows how many minutes you're getting out of Cade? I think it's 10.5, actually, rebounds and assists, minus 130 ESPN bet. So I'm probably fading that game entirely and all those plays alike. And again, that's the popular tab. Be careful today. Be very careful for NBA. Let's flip over to MLB, my friends. And again, before I move to the MLB, like the video. Like it right now before we continue. Hit the like button and let's move on. Help me out and I'll help you out. So I have a problem with a lot of these hitter fantasy scores as one-off plays. I've talked about this in the past. One of my favorite ways to use hitter fantasy scores is to correlate them. Yes, you get guys who are closer in the lineups, and then you start correlating this that way. If Matt Olson gets a double and he hits gets a double, and Ronald Acuna was already on base because he had a single, and then he gets driven in with a run, right? So you get the Olson double, you get the RBI correlation with Acuna run. Okay, so you get the RBI and run correlation. You start moving along the base pass. That's one of my favorite ways of putting together a correlative stack. And you find a matchup you like, and you stack together several of these bats that are close in the lineups, and make sure you check the lineup to ensure that they do have that correlative upside. All right. It's only a matter of time before Acuna goes absolutely nuclear here, puts up MVP numbers. So Olson, Acuna, potentially a good little stack there from the popular tab. I do not mind it at all. And if you want to slap Albies in there, you'll have the first hitter, the leadoff, the table setter for Ronald Acuna. You have the 2-hole Ozzie Albies, and then you get cleanup, Matt Olson. So I think that's a very interesting stack today. If you want to run it, try to have some fun with it. Figured I'd bring that one up on screen because, hey, it's MLB season. Why the freak not? We can have some fun there. Again, you don't want to go with, multiple guys from the same stack here for NBA, because we could get a blowout in this game. Absolutely. I mean, think about it. Do the Celtics care at all about the outcome of this game? No, like not at all. They are so far ahead in first place. It's totally freaking irrelevant. So who cares for them? Matchup for the Braves today against Jose Quintana. Quintana can load the bases at times, that's for sure. Does not have the strikeout potential he used to have. Finished with just 0.8 strikeouts per inning, bottom 20th percentile in baseball last year, and more importantly, 8.9% swinging strike rate. Just can't make bats miss. And if you're pitching to contact against the Braves, good freaking luck, my friends. He gave up 8 base runners in his opening start against the Brewers. Next start, he had 4 walks and gave up 5 hits, so he had 9 base runners, allowed only 2 and 1 runs in those games somehow, and only struck out 4 each. I expect him to be, in trouble today. I do. You're just hoping that the game is not rained out. There's no issues down there. It's rainy all over the country today, so we're going to have some issues, I think, for a lot of pitchers. So be mindful of that today. Who the heck knows what's going to happen with their game if there's rain in Atlanta? I have not looked into it, but I'm not going to be touching a lot of pitchers today. I did post a couple bets last night before I went to bed for MLB inside Discord, for what it's worth. By the way, I did not even see that Austin Riley was down here. Heck, we can plug him in here and just hope that they go bonkers. And now we've got a 25X. We've got four hitters from the Braves. Actually, they dinged us here and made us a 19X, probably because of the correlation, unfortunately. So you'd have to go some type of one-off hitter if you want to, or a strikeout pitcher or props, something like that. But the correlation, we're actually getting dinged on right now. But anyways, listen, you got a 19X here. If you're feeling funky and you want to stack together Braves, hope they go bonkers, put together in the Knicks here. Again, you don't want to do this, so maybe you pick just one of them. I just wanted to put some ideas in your head, talk about the popular tab, why it's there, and then pitcher strikeouts today. Again, look at the board. Good freaking luck. There ain't nothing there to even bet on right now. So we got to be mindful. There's no outs props. I did have an outs props I played and posted inside Discord, but it's not there for me, so we got nothing to talk about. I do hope this video finds you well, and I hope it, lines your pockets, gives you some ideas, gets the betting juices flowing. And of course, if you need help, listen, there's 15 plus channels inside my Discord, betting models, all sorts of projections and picks and slips. There's a dedicated channel now by Mad Dog who went plus 22 units 2 days ago on Prizepicks, and he literally posts everything. It's just all pick 'em slips. Better, dabble, Prizepicks, underdog, sleeper, chalkboard. Literally, it's just 15 per day in his channel alone. In his channel alone, you get that much. All right. Join up, $14.99. Link down below. I'll see you inside Discord, my friends. Have yourselves a wonderful day. Get yourself paid.